Alright guys, I'm back with my WWE Raw review for the, what day was it today? The 20th. It was the 20th of the 2nd, 2017, guys. And I've got to say, this last episode of Raw was like, I don't know. I mean, I cannot say it was a good show, guys, because I didn't enjoy it. Excuse me. I just think it was just a very bad show. I just didn't care for it, or like I don't know. Just a lot of things were very off with it. So you know. So we start off Raw with basically Kevin Owens coming out and he says that at Fastlane he's going to defeat Goldberg and retain his title. He says that throughout the time that Goldberg's career, that his one weakness has been that he cannot do long matches, which has been true, and I'm glad that somebody actually pointed that out. And then he says that people wanted an explanation why he did to Y2J last week, but he's not going to give an explanation. And then, yeah, that was a good promo by KO. It started off good there, and then we get to a backstage segment when it was the Club and Roman Reigns. So basically, we have another rematch from last week. It's Reigns versus the Club. The Club actually go over with win by DQ, which I thought was a good result for them. Before that, though, we did have a tag team match with Enzo and Kaz versus Sheamus and Cesaro. Big Kaz and Enzo went over, right team went over. I don't want to really see Sheamus and Cesaro feud with the Club anymore. I've seen those matches a shitload of times. I don't want to see it again at Fastlane because, like I said, I pitched this idea to one of my friends a couple of days ago. Like, they were talking about WrestleMania and a potential match. Well, I said that have Enzo and Kaz versus the Club at Fastlane, obviously. And then you go on to WrestleMania, they have the moment there, and then after WrestleMania, you debut the Revival. And because they're not going to debut at WrestleMania because they're on that WrestleMania Takeover Orlando. They're in Orlando the day before WrestleMania, so they're not going to be able to get on the WrestleMania card. So, perfect way to debut those guys is get them attacking Big Kaz and Enzo the Raw after WrestleMania, and then that will build up to a good Enzo and Kaz versus Revival feud. That's what I think that the WWE should go towards between that. And for the Club, maybe you could throw the Club in there, and then maybe you could have a triple threat match at WrestleMania. I don't know where you're gonna put the Club in after that, but I'll think about that at another point. But yeah, it was a good match to open up Raw, and I liked it. And then we have Bayley coming out. She was cutting a promo saying that basically she's been waiting. She's been talking about her dream about 10 years. Sorry again. So Bayley comes out. She basically says that she had a 10-year-old. Fuck, I'm batching today. Okay, what did she say? Yeah, that was it. Okay, she said that a 10-year-old girl like her wanted to be women's champion, which is her obviously, and then it took her a long time to become women's champion. And then Stephanie comes out. She says that, well, you didn't win it clean, and then all these girls and all my kids and everything like that look up to Bayley, and you didn't win it clean. Sasha helped you win the championship last week, and then she's like, yeah, I know that, but I did it because, well, I did it as well all by myself. Really, she only helped me with the crutch bit, so. And then Sasha's like, don't give up the title and whatever. And this went on for way too long, a segment. I didn't really like this segment. It was like way too long. Basically, Charlotte comes out and says that she's going to get a rematch at Fastlane for the women's title. So yeah, and then it's going to be Sasha versus Charlotte next. She doesn't relinquish the title. Bayley doesn't. And then Sasha wins the match. And then in the match we had Dana and Bayley interfere. A typical kind of match here. I knew Dana was going to interfere. I knew Bayley was going to interfere because she was on commentary. So whatever. And then we get two cruiserweight. We get a cruiserweight match and a cruiserweight contract signing. So we'll get to the cruiserweight contract signing first. So we had Jack Gallagher and we had Neville having two. Well, we had Neville cutting a really good promo. He was talking about how, people underestimate Neville, and people just think he's a typical British person where he just drinks tea and coffee and just is polite to everybody and stuff. But he says in the mean streets of the UK, like, he's a fucking badass, and I love that promo by Neville. And I've got to say though, guys, I know that I haven't been a fan of the cruiserweights, and you guys know I haven't. But Neville has really impressed me. But another guy that has really impressed me in the cruiserweight division, it has got to be Jack Gallagher, right? Jack Gallagher, that fucking guy has grown on me. His fucking comedy character is awesome, man. Like, I can never take him seriously as a world champion. Obviously, you're not going to do that, but we've not had a really good comedy person since Santino to really get behind. And like, Jack Gallagher comes behind and he's got so much charisma, and like his personality and all this other good stuff comes, and then you're just like, wow, like this guy should be like the number one babyface of the cruiserweight division. And then they put the title on fucking TJ Perkins at CWC. Like, I don't get why they did that. Like, you had a great guy with charisma there in a Jack Gallagher. You could have put a title on him then, but you put it on somebody who's got no personality in fucking TJ Perkins. I don't know. But I think Jack Gallagher will get his cruiserweight title moment at some point. I don't see him winning at WrestleMania, but maybe after WrestleMania they have got to push that guy as a top babyface of the cruiserweights, because that guy has a lot of potential, and yeah, I just don't want him to get lost in the shuffle. So yeah. Then after that we have we had Brian Kendrick destroy. I don't know who the hell it was. Some cruiserweight. I can't remember his name. But yeah, it looks like there's a few going on there. And then after that we had a Brock Lesnar interview. So Brock Lesnar says that he's gonna conquer Goldberg at WrestleMania. Typical kind of shit there. And one bit I did like where Lesnar look at the camera like this. Are you ready, Goldberg? You ready? Like that. That was fucking awesome. And then and then we had KO versus Sami Zayn. KO went over because actually Sami Zayn got destroyed by Samoa Joe and KO. Like, I was laughing. And there has been a rumor that there's going to be a new stable in the WWE with KO and Triple H and Samoa Joe. Like, I don't want to really see another stable. Like, I'm tired of authority storylines. I said that before. I don't want to really see it, to be honest. Like, I like heel stables. Like, I like the NWO. I like the Bullet Club. I like DX. The Corporation was good back in the day, but I don't want to really see it in wrestling. I think it's overdone. Like, when you've seen one faction, you've seen them all. You don't want to really see them again. So I don't really care about seeing the faction again. Like, it took us like 3 years to get rid of the Authority. I don't want to have that again. And then after that we got the main event, and it was Braun Strowman versus Big Show. This was actually a good match. I'm actually gonna say this was a pretty good match. When I was watching it, I was like, oh man, this is gonna suck. It's boring. It's just two big guys. But actually, you know what? They had a decent match. And Braun Strowman showed me a lot in this match. I mean, Braun Strowman the last few months has grown on me. I was never a Braun Strowman fan when he debuted, but ever since he's been on Raw, he's got away from the White family. He's really, really has impressed me, and he had another great performance here, and he's adding new moves to his repertoire now. He's like doing fucking chain wrestling and shit like that, and he's doing Hurricane Ranas and whatever shit like that, and drop kicks, and I'm like, fucking hell, man. Like, a guy his size doing all that shit, I mean, whoa. But anyway, Braun Strowman goes over with 2 body slams, which was pretty good. And then after the match, Reigns gets destroyed by Braun Strowman, and then Michael Cole sells the hell out of Braun Strowman like being the most dominant force in WWE history. I just thought that was pretty good. So anyway, that is my WWE Raw review, guys, for the 20th of the 2nd, 2017, guys. Leave your thoughts down below, guys, and I'll check you later.